The Tortoise and the Snail. A long time ago, the tortoise was very good friends with the snail. Now you see, these two friends, even though quite similar with respect their speed, they were yet very different in their work ethics. While the snail was a hard-working and diligent fellow, the tortoise was lazy and despised honest work. Because of their friendship, however, the snail allowed his daughter to get married to the tortoise. The tortoise, after his marriage, had serious problems in providing food for his wife, the snail's daughter. Being a lazy fellow, he then decides to steal food from the snail's farm. So every night when the snail was asleep, the tortoise would go to his farm and cart away food. When the snail found out that his farm produce were getting missing, he reported the matter to the king. But after days of searching, the thief still remained elusive. So the snail decides to take matter into his hands. He builds a trap designed to catch the thief and waits outside for the thief to come. When night arrives, the tortoise comes again, cleverly, as only the cunning tortoise can. But then, he did not anticipate a trap waiting for him. And wham! The tortoise was caught in the trap. The snail approached the tortoise angrily, and even when the tortoise pleaded that he should be merciful as they were in-laws, the snail was determined to punish the tortoise for his actions. The snail tied the tortoise, and the next morning he takes him to the center of town to display. He places a label on the tortoise as a thief, and keeps him tied to a tree on the middle of the road. As traders were passing through to the market, they hurled curses at the tortoise and insulted him with as many nasty words as they could. All the while, the snail kept telling whoever was willing to listen that tortoise had been stealing from him as long as he can remember. When the traders had passed through completely, the tortoise then pleaded with the snail to set him free, as his wishes had been satisfied. The snail, however, refused to budge. He insisted that the tortoise must suffer more punishment for his crime. Later that evening, the traders were returning from the market. When they got to the center of town and saw that the tortoise was still there, they started the insults again. Only this time the insults were directed at the snail for being too heartless to leave his in-law still tied up since the morning. They called the snail all sorts of names, and the snail felt ashamed of himself. As he set the tortoise free, the tortoise told him, "You wouldn't have punished yourself too if you had listened to my pleas for mercy." The story teaches us to forgive whoever wronged us, but apologies for their wrongdoings. Don't forget to subscribe.